Let's go.
Boom! We are live, folks. Yes, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we are back at it again on a Tuesday night. We've got NXT. What? We've got Bailey on NXT hosting Ding Dong. Hello. We've got Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes going at it. We've got new tag team champions. Absolutely, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we are live. And there is no place that you need to tell all of your friends right now they just need a ding dong hello over here. This is the place for all your pro wrestling folks. Why?
Let's go
right now. Boom. Like I said, folks, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we are back at it like a jackrabbit on a Tuesday night. We've got NXT live. I am Big Nick, and of course, though, I am joined by the Iron Man of the internet, the Superman of streaming, the every night delight, Mr. KJ White. And I am joined by also the new kid on the block. He's got the right stuff. Oh. How you guys doing?
Wait, ain't I the white stuff? Oh, wait, it's the right stuff.
You hold on, pause. You said white stuff, not right stuff. What?
Thank you for going along.
Yeah, see, point ahead, look smart.
That's it.
So, how are you guys doing?
Did I get it?
Yes, I did. I introduced you first, you mother.
I'm just looking around. How you doing, Cliff?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Just chilling. Yeah.
Ready for your favorite show?
Oh yeah, I'm so ready. Hey, you know what though? I got to tell you, I watched Vengeance and Chase University actually is growing on me. So
aren't they?
I actually enjoyed that match. I did.
Them and Axiom are Cliff's two favorite acts on NXT.
Axiom still?
Well, you know what it is during Vengeance, it was that whole thing where Andre Chase was like doing the stomping and everyone was like CH, and I was like, I was getting a kick out of that.
Yes, but now we have, speaking of that tag team match, we now have Gallus, the new tag team champions in NXT. Yeah. The New Day have been dethroned, and they were the only champion dethroned because, Jack broke his jacking off finger and everything. So it's going to be a cold night for him here. But
he's going to
we had Braun Breaker retain, and now we've got Carmelo Hayes going after Braun Breaker, which is a matchup we've all been waiting for a hot minute.
Absolutely. Oh. Are you surprised that only one title changed?
Honestly, yes. Honestly, I think I predicted a couple different title changes when we were watching that. But as I've got, a video package up right now of Bailey showing up in a sling and everything to host Ding Dong Hello on NXT.
Right. Keep up the story. I like it. But no, I wasn't here on Saturday. My ass actually, took a day off.
You were off having fun.
I was off
at a vitamin convention. For those, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But how did you guys enjoy Vengeance Day?
It was interesting, honestly. To me, it was kind of it was a slow build. It just didn't ever seem to really fully click into gear. I think it's because there was so many retentions and everything.
Okay, fair enough. No, I thought the women's tag match was unbelievable. I thought that match, I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the one I stepped out of for a pause for the cause on, so I can't speak too much for that one, just because I'm sorry, it's Bar Rescue. It's Bar Rescue. So I mean, I had to go talk with John Taffer there for a minute. So
I got to be honest with you guys, though. One of the matches that I thought was underwhelming was the 2 out of 3 falls. I thought it could have been better. Yeah.
Speaking of that, as we've got Carmelo Hayes coming out right now, but absolutely, I think that was surprising to me that it was 2 straight falls.
Yeah. And it looks like Deez is now going by Dabakato again. So that's
yes.
Oh, I forgot about a sneeze. A sneeze showed up.
Yeah.
Commander Sneeze, and he was facing that heel in the same night.
On Monday we got a boogie. On Tuesday we got a sneeze.
Oh God. Now you got an issue. Here's a tissue.
Right? We'll see that tomorrow. Dynamite.
Right.
Lots of tissue.
Well, oh, trust me, I'm gonna get to some potential spoilers here and everything like that.
Okay.
The rumor mill is turning here, but I will take a minute to let everybody know, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We are your alternative commentary for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We are your wrestling buddies you can't get, the wrestling buddies you needed in your life. And I will take a minute to just do roll call, I guess, to the chat here of Steven, what up? Lauren, Larry, Damian, Curtis, Steven. Again, everybody, Watt, Jack, Steve. There's too many Steves. Greg, Kayla, everybody. What's up? Terrence. Apollo Creed ain't got nothing to feel sad about. The better man simply won.
But he got dominated.
Well, how do you feel, both of you guys feel about Carmelo going after Braun Breaker? We're finally getting that for the longest time that we've kind of felt like, I felt Carmelo should have been called up, but a lot of people have said that he needs an NXT title run before that happens.
I think it's great. I do. I think Carmelo. You called it actually. Like he was kind of the standout star for NXT in 2022.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, don't hold him back. Let him go. And I'm all for it. I could actually see him winning it. He's been outstanding.
And even he's gotten, like, Trick's gotten over just as much as well. Oh, as now we've got JD McDonough coming out right now.
The Donut Man.
Pause. I was trying to think of a would he come back and it just wasn't hitting me quick enough here, but
pause.
Yeah, I got cooked. Oh. Lauren, you threw a softball right down the middle, and I just couldn't fucking tear the leather off that thing. Pause on that. God damn it.
Here.
But so we've got JD McDonough now squaring up to Carmelo, and it's interesting that we're getting this whole kind of multi-challengers towards Braun. Maybe they do a multi-challenge or type match, especially since we're going to be heading towards Elimination Chamber and everything. So what a better time to bring up the multi-man matches.
There you go. But yeah, now McDonough's coming right out to have a conversation with Carmelo. I mean, I'm all for. I think JD and Carmelo, great matchup.
Steve, Big Nick, I agree with you. Too many Steves. Blame my parents. I don't like it.
I have a brother, Steve. That's hilarious.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
See, I at least was gonna almost end up with unique names. I just fell into Nick, I guess. But
I was gonna get a unique name, and I got Nick.
Yeah, I was almost gonna be Dominic or Salvatore. Pause. But
I would love to be on here right now with Salvatore.
With my last name, if I'm Big Sal, do I look like a Big Sal? Pause the fuck on that. Bro, and his name is Big Sal, and you can't teach that. S-A-double.
That's amazing. Salvatore is here.
Yeah. Oh, fuck off. Lauren, Lauren, you've got some takers for your cookies there. Pause.
I mean, they're chocolate chip and butterscotch, and I'm a sucker for a good cookie.
I did it all for the cookie. Come on.
Dude, it is. Like, I hate to say it, but it's we haven't, I haven't been hanging out with you in a minute.
Exactly. Shit, this is fuck.
Trying to keep the bromance to a minimum here, folks.
Right. As we
get bromance. What's up, Cliff?
Hey, yeah, guys. I'm having little technical issues, but
that's why that show was because I have Bar Rescue right now on my screen. Kiana James and Fallon Henley.
I'm trying to get NXT on my screen.
You ain't missing much.
No, probably not.
Are we sure?
We're the better show. We're the better attraction. Why? But yes. I am now. I'll ask you this, KJ. Is it a bit of, as we've got a surprise party now for Fallon Henley, the new NXT Women's Champions?, how do you feel this affects the fact that it seems like NXT treats the women's tag team titles better, and that it almost seems like they're now hot-shotting the belts. If it wasn't too long ago to where Chance and Carter just won the belts off of Toxic Attraction, I believe.
Yeah, but I think they had like a decently long run, no? Oh
No,
it
it's just
wasn't
it
long at all.
sucked.
Oh,
It
shit.
just sucked. So it felt wrong. It felt wrong. So you just wanted it to be over.
Oh, fucking hell.
As I've got Sol Ruka coming out right now in the ring, and every time I say this woman's name, I feel like I'm talking about Veruca Salt from fucking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm sorry. And what is her finisher's name? The Soul Sucker or something like that? I'm sorry. No female should have a finisher.
I don't
name
think
the Soul
anybody.
Sucker.
No, we can't be sexist. Anybody. It doesn't qualify.
I mean, if you're Shang Tsung, I mean, I think you're kind of fine, but
Okay, fair enough. But even he'd have to be like, oh, terrible. We'll call
right.
it.
Oh, so we've even got people watching us from Australia. G'day, mate. I hope that didn't offend you. See, Larry, next question. Is it acceptable to reply "G'day, mate"?
That's amazing.
I just happened to do it.
Oh.
Steven, as we are in our first commercial break, folks. Zoe Starks versus Sol Ruka next, picking Zoe Starks. And again, folks, we do that for every match, every show. We take a pick for every match. We take a rating for every show. So drop who you taking Zoe Starks or Sol Ruka in the chat below. Peanut butter. Oh, fuck. Lauren, I just can't click on your comments, I feel, for a minute now. Curtis is taking Zoe. Damien's taking Zoe. See, no offense. Howdy, fellas. There we go. Mike's taking Zoe. Everybody's taking Zoe. So
I'm taking Sol Ruka.
You're taking Veruca Salt?
I'm taking Veruca Salt. Let's go.
But I want to win now.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like Zoe beat Sol Ruka already. I feel like that happened.
If that happened a while ago, because this all started from I believe Zoe Stark had a match either last week on NXT or on the pay-per-view. Let me double check the card here. No, it was, I want to say it was last week, to where Zoe Starks had a match and Sol Ruka came out at the end. Yeah, it's when she faced fucking Wendy Chu.
Okay.
We had the surfer chick and the sleeper chick. Pause. All hanging out together. But so you're taking Sol Ruka, so I guess I'm going with the majority here of taking Zoe.
Sol Ruka and Thea Hale, both bright futures. Yeah,
I like Thea over Sol, honestly.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, and you know what?
Are you into cheerleaders or are you surfers?
Fair enough.
Well, no, I think Thea Hale, she sells anything. She's fully into that gimmick and everything. No matter what she does in a way, and this is going to be a bit of a reach comparison, everything. She does like what The Rock did. And I saw a clip of it earlier today, to where no matter who was talking, no matter where the camera exactly was, The Rock was still always emoting, always showing everything. So you always wanted to pay attention to what he's doing. That's Thea Hale.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's a large dose, though, bud. Like,
straw. Hey, she may not be everybody's cup of tea. She's a shot of whiskey. Way more impactful, a little harder to swallow. Pause.
So right. Oh, look, some love for Joseph. When I'm making homemade pizza, tacos pop. Wait, you're going all out.
She's talking about for WrestleMania and everything like that.
Super Bowl party Sunday.
I was going to say, we're going to be here Sunday for the Super Bowl. So that's when you need to get all your super snacks, your super treats, all of that, your super desserts, everything, your super vitamins, all that.
And your super guys.
What? I like how we both did like the Mansoor, like,
right, we do it.
I'm like, strike a pose.
We do not practice. Bananas. Oh. Lauren's doing it.
Enough. So Ruka is my pick. So Jason's riding with you.
Jason's jumping off the cliff with me. Let's go.
Lauren, howdy, Jack. Got a Papa John's triple treat box tonight. Why? Got a couple Steve Weisers. What?
What?
I had some Papa John's. What? Some cookies. What? Some popcorn. What?
Banana split.
What? What?
Yeah. Holy what?
Young, what up? Lauren sounds good.
Well, yeah.
I don't care anything else. And yes, Bailey's on NXT. As we're now back from commercial, we're getting Grayson Waller talking down to cross-eyed Shawn Michaels right now on the media call. Which, by the way,
did you hear about the suspension?
Did he get a suspension?
I heard he got suspended.
See, the most that I've heard out of this, as we've got Matt Bloom carrying him off, the most that I took out of this is the whole shooting down the rumors that NXT is getting deals to where they can work some independent dates and everything like that. It's now just Ivy now got a one-off to do reality wrestling because hey, guess what? Booker works here too. But beyond that, just nope, you work for WWE.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think that's one of those cases of something happened, as you know, people found out Ivy was going to do a show and somebody ran it up a flagpole without checking a source or having a conversation, just said, right. Yes. Welcome to the dirt sheets.
Exactly. Did you say you guys are live streaming during the Super Bowl? What? Yes, we are. What? Philadelphia Eagles. What? Kansas City Chiefs. What? I can't remember the Super Bowl number. What? We will be here live, like we always are for every wrestling show, for anything and everything. Sometimes just to sit there and shoot the shit.
Right.
But absolutely, we'll be here live on Sunday for the Super Bowl, and we even still might have some couple either people, you know, popping in throughout the community and everything like that. Some little guest spots and everything, some little cameos.
Right. It's going to be a good one, and I can't wait. And I mean, I think we agreed that we're going to be live twice on Saturday, so strap in and strap on, folks. It's going to be a weekend.
When we're debating which out of like the 3 or 4 wrestling shows to cover and everything, whether do we want to go live at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. or 8 a.m., when do we want to go?
Yeah, how you feeling about sleep?
Right.
Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back. Hey. Yes, so we are, to answer your question, we are watching the Super Bowl here live, and we will be here all week long through all of it, folks. We have Dynamite. We have Thursday, special guest. Luna Havoc will be here. Friday, doubleheader. We might tack on something else. Saturday, 2 shows. Sunday, the Super Bowl. Gonna be a good time.
Sunday.
Steve
and Sarah saying awesome. Mike, what up, bros? Shout out to the Mike World Order. We had the DWO, the Dad World Order, guest hosted on Friday and Saturday as well. And they may be showing up during the Super Bowl. Bailey is Perez's next opponent for the belt. You really think Bailey backslides to the NXT title? I mean, she hasn't picked up a win in a hot minute.
Backslides into the NXT title. I wouldn't have predicted that. I didn't see it coming. I don't know how that helps her, like her career. Like it was a big deal. She came back and she's been awful.
She's been booked awful. She's been fantastic on the microphone. 100%. I feel like I've been a big fan of Bailey since she's come back. I was just a fan of her before. Not as diehard as Chris, but yeah. And now she's just every time it's an L. You can predict the match that Bailey's in because it's going to be an L.
Yeah, it blows my mind. I keep picking her to win because I figure she's due.
She's been due. What do you think, Cliff?
I don't know. I haven't really seen much of it.
Oh, okay.
I don't really have an opinion on it.
Well, I think it. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I was going on a whole different way of we're getting a question about who's playing the Super Bowl. You've got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Damien looking forward to Tyrus versus Matt Cardona for the NWA 10 pounds of gold Saturday on the NWA pay-per-views.
Are you really?
People updated on that because the rest of that card don't look so hot.
But even that doesn't really like, I don't know. I'm not like
scream when you got Speedball Mike Bailey versus Jonathan Gresham on the other show. I mean, come on.
Come on.
Come on, guy.
Come on. But no, I completely agree with you, Nick. I mean, that is 100% when we start looking at all these shows. And then I commend NWA all the time for good pay-per-views. We felt the last couple weren't their best, and now this card doesn't even look great.
Yeah, it's NW. There's a reason Nick Aldis said thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Soruka with a super kick right now. She's kind of in charge of in control of Zoe right now. But
she kind of looks like Carrot Top's little sister.
It's the blonde curls and everything. She looks like, roller skate Barbie. No offense, but
I mean, surfer Barbie, no?
Yeah, facts.
Not to overcorrect. My apologies. I know how the fans like to get all fact checky on us.
Oh,
there you go. She took it.
Hey, is that not is it interesting that a lot of people have go to sleep finishers ish now? But that's like a somersault into a go to sleep is pretty interesting.
I feel like last week we were talking about this as well because someone else hit a G.
It was Dijak.
No, it was Zoe. It was Zoe. This is when she came out.
Well, Dijak has a similar move.
Yeah, right.
Oh, the feast rise. Yeah.
And everyone's
I don't know. Zoe's finisher looked pretty awesome though. It's good. I liked it.
She just looks imposing compared to everybody else. She's how Beth Phoenix on Monday Night Raw. People were even saying she looked bigger than Edge.
She didn't look. She was. She was jacked with that hair.
How? See, I hate that. People are gonna call me saying I sound like Cornette and everything like that. But granted, we have the crowd doing Seven Nation Army for some fucking reason. But she sits there. She takes Zoe's finisher and everything. She takes the 1, 2, 3, and then turn around, pops up, fresh as a fucking daisy, hits her finisher, and then she's the one that rolls out. She got the upper hand. It's like like Moxley and Hangman's, where Moxley sat there and took tombstone pile driver, a buckshot lariat, and was getting bulldog choked, and then just sneakily rolls up into a 1, 2, 3, and then just comes out smelling like daisies.
Right.
Jake, what up? So for those following along, Zoe Starks picked up the win, but Zoe Soruka ended up going out on top. As we've got a sneeze on screen. So coming up next, before we go into commercial, we've got a sneeze.
He looks like, oh shit. He looks like someone else right now. It'll come back to me. He looks like the guy from
Goro, Mortal Kombat.
Maybe, but no, someone else.
Zangief, Street Fighter. I'm just going through every fucking fighting game I can think of.
Right? No, I was thinking of an actual person.
I mean, they're people too.
They're people too.
Characters are people too.
Not real people.
Well, goddamn you, bro. You're supposed to sell the joke. But as we are in commercial break right now, I know there's a couple people and everything. We've missed probably a fair amount of comments and everything like that. So if you do want to make sure that we read your comment, we see it and everything like that, or if you just want to help support the channel and everything, there is the super chat, the super sticker, all of that. We got the merch store, we got the Discord, we got anything and everything for you. I know some people are asking if we're covering New Japan. No, because we like sleep sometimes. And it's one of those another shows that's going on at 3 a.m. And we're all just paying attention to one match. That's really all we're paying attention to is Jay White versus Hikuleo. Loser leaves New Japan, and if Jay White loses, then he's clearly going to WWE. Because I've seen that rumor that he's signed or is pretty much locked in, but they're just letting him finish out his dates. But then again, another rumor since we had Raw last night, which you were on, KJ, of the rumor is now from the cage match with Becky and Bayley that we're going to get Bayley and Toxic Attraction, or not Toxic Attraction, Kai and Sky. We're going to get all of Control, Delete, Damage Control versus Lita, Becky Lynch, and your favorite Canadian. Oh, it's time to rock and roll.
I thought you were going to say Natty, man.
I was going to say Stu Hart.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard that rumor.
Cliff worked up on that like he's dead.
You really think Jay White's going to go to the WWE?
I'd like him to.
I thought he
Yes,
had a connection with like AEW mostly. Because didn't he appear on AEW at one point?
Yeah, and they didn't sign him when they could have. And so,
When they could have. Yeah, true.
Which would you rather see Jay White in? You rather see him versus Omega and hang out with the Bucks, and you get Jay White versus Adam Cole? Or do you rather see Jay White versus Cody Rhodes, Jay White versus AJ Styles, Jay White versus Roman Reigns?
Speaking of
those
Cody,
would be better matchups in my opinion.
right.
He has more going for him in WWE.
I think he can be a star, and I mean, even again, like I mean, you put him.
I'd like to see him against AJ Styles. To be honest.
Absolutely, Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you get, the Spider-Man meme of they just point at each other. Hey, you wear the same shit I do and do the same shit I do. But so, what do you think about Trish Stratus potentially being back in WWE in a match in Montreal, in Canada? And it's going to be Becky and the two legends. So it's going to be the Goats versus, I guess, the Oats or the Aints with Damage Control.
I like to eat
apples and banana.
The Goats versus the Oats.
Literally hear that song every day.
Every day.
Every single day.
Sounded like a man that wanted to break a fucking cassette or a CD real quick.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to see. I always like Trish Stratus. Who hasn't?
Oh, don't get KJ started.
I didn't start. I'm not starting.
Right. Well, fair enough, because we're back from commercials. We've got Bar Rescue and Briggs and Jensen celebrating in this surprise party of all performance enhancement talent.
This tag team pretty deadly. I noticed that when they came out, like no one, like it's quiet. They're like, are they just dead in the water? Like, are they suck?
They should have been maximum male models.
They
do
suck. Yeah, that's accurate.
Well, because when I look at them and I get annoyed instantly. So like to me, it's just like I don't care for them really. And this guy, the one with the darker hair, looks like he shouldn't have that hair. Like it's not real.
Yeah, like it's a wig. Yeah. Well, I think his compadre there is Elton Prince is his name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little very much over the top.
I get it. I don't like it. I don't know. They didn't even really endear themselves to me as oh, look, check out these wicked wrestlers. Like they never sold me in the ring either.
They didn't do a good job at ingratiating NXT UK talent into NXT. Yeah, they're just kind of like, hey, you remember them? No, we never got that because there's always on a tape delay from 7 months ago. We've never watched NXT UK. But so he's coming back out right now as Dabba-Kato. He's no longer Commander of Sneeze.
Thank God, because that Commander of Sneeze gimmick was so bad.
Do we have to film all the giants from the crotch? Like, we know they're tall. We get it. Like, do we really need to make them like, oh, wow.
That's just how big they are, KJ. They're bigger than life. They literally can't fit in the arena.
His thing says, Dabba, Dabba, Kato, Kato.
The man has a stutter gimmick, I guess.
He actually, with like the beard and the stubble, he looks like a fucking movie villain. Like, this is all right. A better
He
start.
looks like the underboss's underboss of like he's the last guy. Like after you go through like the horde of like 10 fucking foot soldiers, he's the big heavy you have to go through before you get to the main boss in a fucking video game.
Yes.
Yeah.
But talking about the stutter gimmick, no one did the stutter gimmick better than Goldust. Yeah.
Well, that was Tourette's. That's a different thing.
Whole different problem.
But so for those following along, we've got Dabba-Kato or Dabba Kato, Kato Kalin versus local enhancement talent. I didn't catch the man's
what's
name.
his face? He's been here before. We haven't seen him in a while.
looks like if you.
He looks like
Oh.
Atlas, but it's not.
No, he looks like if you took Takeshita and Ibushi and had them have a child.
Oh, there's a thought.
I don't want to think about that.
That's not a Z's.
It's a sneeze.
It's a sneeze. At you. Bless you. That's my
that's his finisher, the Achu.
Yeah.
I'm coming at you.
The at you. Oh man.
Has this man already had like 4 gimmicks? Like, it's the problem of he's just bounced around from everything. He was in Raw Underground, he was Commander of Sneeze, now he's back to Dabba-Kato, which he was in Raw Underground, and it's all
that's
over.
not his fault. That's all Vince.
Yeah, but I don't.
Vince hates names or whatever. Like hates the NXT names and always has to change them.
Right. See, I don't mind a reset on. I don't mind someone stepping away, especially if you put him back down in NXT. Like we saw it with like even a guy like Bray Wyatt, right? Imagine he was still Husky Harris. We wouldn't even be talking about him.
Well, fair enough, but I mean, there's falling up and there's falling down.
Well, he fell down. No, this even.
He fell all the way down.
Somebody fact checker, tell me who the enhancement talent is. Who's the jobber? Because he's like a signed guy, I believe.
Action Andretti. Well, actually, no. I think it was Jack. It might be Boa because he's like, what has happened to Boa? So I think it might be Boa. Remember when we had him, Xylee, and Winnie Chu, and they actually fucking mattered and were relevant. Dante Chen.
Yeah, Dante Chen about to lose. Yeah, so not complete jobber, but nonetheless.
But there's only certain people that actually get screen time on NXT. And I get it. It's still, yeah. But, yeah.
It's so funny. He kind of
looks what he should have been the whole time, though. They shouldn't have given him that Aziz character. Just
I'm so saying you put a Nigerian Prince Apollo Crews with the Nigerian Nightmare Omos and shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Twin Towers. Let's go.
Well, if you're going to do Twin Towers, then you do Omos and Bivens. But as we've got the post-match interview on Dabba-Kato of why did you come back and attack Apollo Crews?
What did he just say?
I missed it.
He just yelled. I couldn't make out a sin. And anyone catch what he said?
What he said was, I'm gassed as shit. Don't ask me no questions. I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Oh, that's fucking funny.
But so do you guys feel, and I'm of this mindset, that Indusher at least should by now at this point be on the main roster? I do like that Jinder's in NXT, like they do kind of fit, but they're the most dominant. Like, I mean, unless we're going back to the days of FTR and DIY and Authors of Pain and everything, of having, say, the Creed brothers, Indusher, and Gallus all in a tag match, I feel like Veer and Sangha should be on the main roster. You give me those versus the Usos, I mean, I bet you they could have a halfway competitive match.
But even if you put them in there with like the Viking Raiders, it will be a halfway decent match. Like
that's, but see, and I think that goes more to the way the Viking Raiders have been booked in NXT is that sounds like, or been booked period. That sounds like an NXT match. Oh, but we've got Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, the firecrackers there. I don't know how else to call them. They're just two redheads, I guess, paired together. Going at the women of the Diamond Mine. But so KJ, as a Scottish, descendant yourself and everything like that, how do you feel about the two Scottish women getting paired up together?
I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, we got Gallus. I mean, I like, we got Piper Niven's back. So, Drew McIntyre's trying to do his thing. So, yeah, we definitely very much have a Scottish contingent, and I'm a big fan. And I learned growing up that you really don't want to upset a Scottish woman. So here
especially
they go.
If they have red hair.
Nice.
Yeah, a redhead. Yeah.
But
So
does it not seem that like now NXT's kind of become like these like three different shows of it's a trying to be black and gold, it's still trying to halfway retain the Rainbow 2.0 era, yet it's also merging in NXT UK.
It's too much.
too
What's that,
much.
Cliff?
Too much going on. And I don't think they're ever gonna be like black and gold again. That was like, I feel like that was their prime.
That was lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at this and I'm just like, meh.
See, I've become more of a fan of Isla Dawn than I was of Alba Fire, Kaylee Ray. I feel like she should have already been taking the NXT title off of Mandy Rose before allegations and accusations and all of that. And now she's fallen into the depths. She's almost teetering on that slightly above Indy Hartwell level, I feel.
Yeah, she's about that. She's about in that area, that ballpark, Nick, where still trying to figure it out, still trying to make a name, find kind of that position. But I mean, as far as Alba and Isla go, I think we're in the right direction. I mean, Alba we thought was going to be champion, and it just never happened.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. And now she's paired up with Isla, who was supposed to be her nemesis.
Nemesis.
She's the one who cost her titles and everything like that.
That's a
And
true
now
story.
they're adding depth almost to their NXT tag team women's division, yet they're almost hot shotting the belts at the same time, I feel. Like, do we see a long title reign as we are in commercial break, folks? But do we see a long title reign for Bar Rescue as NXT Women's Tag Titles or
No,
tag champs?
no, I didn't expect them to ever have the belts, so that's confusing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Valid point. Cliff, what do you think?
Again, I haven't been really exposed that much to them, so I don't really know too much. Other than, I mean, I can only go by like what what happened on Vengeance, and I like where I like those two the tag teams that won the titles, right?
All right.
But like I haven't seen enough of these two girls to make a decision on where I think they should be. I mean, obviously you guys are more
No, it's
proficient
fair
with
enough.
the
It's fair
NXT.
enough.
Yeah,
You'll learn. You learn. Like I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
you new
But
kid on the block. Oh.
yeah,
Um,
again,
but
because like after the black and gold, like it was just so hard to watch NXT in my opinion. Like when they did a whole transition, like I was just like, oh, okay, this is where it's going.
that's what I'm saying. It's going I feel like it's going a bit to that of now, especially with Vince there. Vince and Bruce and the boys have always still halfway kind of been there. It's
Yeah,
always almost tried to keep that feel a little bit. Hunter's trying to get his input, obviously. Sean, I mean, he's reading two scripts at the same time, the cross-eyed bastard. And then now you add into the fact that NXT UK isn't a thing anymore, so they're having to ingratiate a lot of that talent over.
yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of become just this mishmash of it's turned into AEW Rampage to where it's halfway dark, it's halfway Ring of Honor, and it's halfway regular AEW.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just still working out the kinks or whatever. I just don't. I feel like there's a lot going on.
Right.
But
KJ saying I'm rude as hell. What did I say, sir, that was rude? Sometimes I can say things just because you might think they're rude doesn't mean they're wrong. That's your opinion. As we've got Roxanne Perez and Chance and Carter getting interviewed backstage. So are we gonna get a 2-on-1? I don't like this of babyface turning on babyface and a tag team that
like corny.
solidified as a tag team. What? Did you just say I sound like Cornette?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be the first one to tell me like that. I'm sorry. It fucking make it make sense. You have 2 hours a week. Make it make the fuck sense.
I gotta say, they do feature a lot of women's wrestling in NXT, which I think is pretty good. I like it.
Well, Now we should take I'll try and take a note of that, of if there's more women's matches featured in AEW, and I'll even give AEW Dynamite and Rampage versus NXT. But right now we've got Tatum
I thought
Paxley
one of the
versus
complaints with
Alba Fire. What's that?
I thought one of the complaints with the AEW is that their women's wrestling is not as good or not as
Well,
shown.
it's interesting because you have someone like Jade who just dominates. You have Britt and Jamie Hayter who have gone from heels to babyface. You have Saraya and Tony who have gone from babyface to heels. But right now, folks, we have Tatum Paxley versus Isla Dawn. I almost called her Alba Fire. But so give us your predictions. Let us know who you're taking. And we're getting Pretty Deadly versus Chase U as well tonight. But I'm taking Isla Dawn. Who are you taking, sir?
I'll probably say the same. Yeah, I'm gonna say the
Okay.
same. Yeah.
At least you're not like KJ calling her, Isla Dawn like it's fucking the island from Jurassic Park there. But
now, if I remember correctly, the other one on the outside was UK champion for a while, right?
yes, Kaylee Ray. She was
Yeah.
in one of the previous NXT Women's War Games match on the heel team. She competed for the NXT Women's title a couple of times at this point. Has yet to manage to win it. Surprisingly, she had the big feud pretty much up until Mandy Rose's release against Mandy.
Gotcha.
But Isla Dawn. I already subscribed to the live stream channel, Wrasslin Network. Well, I guess thank you for reminding me. I will take a minute. Wow, we've got a chin breaker from Tatum Paxley on Isla Dawn to let everybody know we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We are your alternative commentary. We are wrestling buddies you can't get in real life. We are here covering anything and everything. We were just here last night for Monday Night Raw. We're here tonight for NXT. Back at it for Dynamite. Impact with special guest host Luna Havoc. Then back at it again with a Feel Good Friday night for SmackDown and Rampage. Saturday, I believe right now, we're covering the Jersey Cup, the J Cup, both sessions. But don't hold me to that. That's why you need to hit that, like button, that bell notification, everything like that. So you know when we're popping up. Because we were debating between that and even, NWA and what have you. But we will be here also as well on Sunday for a Super Bowl stream. So absolutely be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Hi. Jack letting you know she was 683 days as an NXT UK champion.
Wow, damn. Dominant.
But everybody taking Isla. As we get a 3 count right there. As Isla Dawn picks up the win on Tatum Paxley. And Lauren, nobody is currently the NXT UK championship or UK champion or women's champion because NXT UK currently does not exist. Right now, we're waiting to see if they're going to do NXT Europe, which is a lot of people think Regal is going to head that. What do you think?
What was that?
About how that Regal might head NXT Europe when they try and, I guess, kind of relaunch that. They're not going to do straight up NXT UK, but they'll try and just do more Europe. But
if it's Regal,
now we've got Ivy now making the save, so we're going to get Bat versus Chain. Oh, God. What in the name of Vince Russo is this? We're going to get a Chain and a Bat on a fucking pole match. You watch.
So if it was Regal, there's no one better, in my opinion.
But do you think that right now something like what NXT is can expand and sustain having a US show or a US brand, a UK brand or a European brand, say an India brand, a Chinese brand, like, because they wanted to just keep expanding.
Yeah, why not?
I think the product would become watered down. I mean, we've already talked about how at times NXT US struggles a bit. So I think if you expand right now too fast, you might be rushing things. because NXT, they tried NXT UK before and it did not work out too well.
Yeah.
They ended up with tape delays, what have you.
Well, I don't know. If they have good minds to it and you know, plan it a little better, I think they can execute it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see why it couldn't happen. I would like to see that happen.
Fair enough.
Expand the
Well,
market.
Steven's saying have a NXT US and NXT UK, NXT Europe rivalry. I mean, if you wanted to try and do that and make it work like they tried to do with Raw and SmackDown, have at it. But
like, are you saying like having an NXT World Cup?
well, they could do something like that. They do that instead of around, say, Survivor Series time and everything like that.
Yeah, like a
that
World Cup
would be a bad idea.
kind of thing.
Well, Jack's saying call it NXT World, or well, like Larry, we'll do the Titus O'Neil worldwide. But Larry's apparently 3-0. Curtis, Damon, I feel like everybody just says they're 3-0 after a certain point. They realize the vitamins and shit kick in, and we're like, we're not paying attention. Too many comments. But we are back in commercial right now, folks. So again, Isla Dawn picked up the win on Tatum Paxley, and then Ivy Nile ran off Isla Dawn and Alba Fire as they were kind of stalking Tatum Paxley with the bat and everything. So like I said, in the name of Vince Russo booking, I feel like we're going to get a chain on a pole match, or like a chain on one pole in the corner and a bat on another pole in another corner. Curtis says they have AAA worldwide. Why not NXT worldwide? Well, because they can't nail NXT US. They can't nail NXT local, so why go worldwide? Oh, I wish Casey was here for this. I'll ask you this, Cliff. Are you interested in a Wardlow versus Ryback match in AEW?
No.
Fair enough. I don't think
anyone. I'm sick and tired of Ryback. That guy's washed. He's just. I hate him.
He's the only man to put up outside of maybe Elon Musk, put up a poll saying, "Should I retire?" And then get overwhelming support saying, "Yes, sit your ass on the bench."
The moment he came out and said that he can go mic to mic with Paul Heyman, I believe, you lose credibility. I'm sorry, just shut up.
I think he loses a lot of credibility just across the board here. Yeah, but for those who are tuning in and everything right now, we are on a commercial break. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We did have somebody show up in a fancy, expensive car and step out right before we went to commercial break, but nobody knows who it is. It's probably just going to be fucking Tiffany Stratton or something like that. But so what are you thinking of so far of NXT tonight, Cliff?
It's kind of
yep, you said it right there. You said it just in the minute.
Yeah, it's just really basic. There's not much going on. I mean, it's not even like it was a good match. It was a decent match. Zoe versus Della Ruca. What's her name?
Sol Ruca. Not Della. Ruca Sol. Yes. I want a match and I want it now.
Yeah. And how much has gone on? Oh, and then it's Sneed.
Is it surprising, though, that coming out of their premium live event, that they're now back touring and everything like that they're not just staying fully to full sale and everything, much like AEW's doing house shows now and everything, allegedly, that they don't try and do something like they haven't tried to put their real best foot forward, it feels like a little bit. It feels like it's kind of fallen flat.
Well, it's been flat for a while. Hence why I haven't really watched.
Well, I was going to say, I get that. I was just figuring of that. If coming out of the pay-per-view, and now that we're back touring, now that we're back at least world or US wide instead of worldwide, that they would have tried to make this action packed of here's this and here's that, but they didn't have a lot to fill off of. I'll give you that. But so we've got, are we getting Carmelo Hayes versus JD McDonough right now? Why?
That should be good.
That should be good. If that's what we're getting right now, that should be a banger.
Well, I mean, we thought that, what's his name? Apollo Crews and Hayes was going to be a good match, but
I feel like that. I almost
I believe
like story got in the way of that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I believe you said that was going to be the one that takes it all last week.
Oh, absolutely. I thought that was going to be the match of the night. Everything that was the biggest disappointment. As I'm just clicking through some comments, but yeah, it's that to me. I feel like I said, the story got in the way of that, to where they were pushing already up. They already had Apollo versus Braun Breaker set in their mind. They just had to work through that. But yeah, so we are getting Carmelo versus Braun. We are getting Carmelo Hayes versus JD McDonough. So folks, give us your predictions in the chat. Who are you taking, Cliff?
I'm going Carmelo. I think he's being pushed. So.
Oh, well, fair enough. I can't say all of that, and I wanted to halfway disagree with you and everything because it's week 2 together. But I guess we'll stay friendly for now here before we start. I'll take Carmelo. Well, and like Carmelo's getting pushed towards Braun. That's clear as day of when Carmelo came out after Braun's match, which it almost looked like Braun separated his shoulder in that match. So maybe that's why we're not getting Braun, I don't feel, tonight. Maybe that's why they're kind of slow building this feud a bit, and we've got JD here. But I think ultimately right now the money match in NXT is Carmelo versus Braun. Jack taking Carmelo. You did not even say hi to me, Jack. Well, fair enough. Oh, who was it? There was somebody up here that. Hi, Mustafa. There, far. Sorry, hi, video player. So I saw that up there earlier, and I kept rambling, through it. But who is Carmella Hayes? She is FABOULO. Yeah, his sister. Mr. NBA Jam Big Head Mode, JD will lose. He's on fire. That's Carmelo right now. But I do like that big head mode. But so Smile Mark, what up? I think the Ding Dong segment will main event. Fair enough, Dale.
Am I the only person that hates the Ding Dong segment?
Again, you threw a softball right down fucking Main Street, and I can't knock that shit out of the park. I like Bayley. I would argue that she's the best on the mic overall out of the 4 horsewomen.
Really? You think so?
I would debate it.
Because I don't know. Becky's pretty good.
Well, it is good now. Bayley's been good.
Yeah, and then Charlotte's she's okay.
Did you watch the entrance to fucking NXT Vengeance Day? It sounded like she was like Chef when they killed him off in South Park. Of hello, children, how are you? Just everything patched together.
Yeah,
but JD right now just wailing on Carmelo.
Wailing. Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony. So we're just going through all the Carmelo. I'm waiting for the Carmelo candy bar here. So where are you at there with that? I think JD McDonough, the next NXT North American Championship. That's my prediction. It's the title off Wesley. Well, I thought it was going to be Dijak, and then he broke his fucking finger, which I'm sick of looking at that picture, by the way. I'm so sick of looking at that picture everywhere and anywhere.
That definitely happened after the moonsault, right? Off the top rope. That's when it happened.
I can't remember exactly where it happened. I just know I've seen that pic 18,000 times. I've seen the X-ray of it. I've seen every angle, every
me too.
way that they can show that, and I'm like, I'm set. But as we go into commercial randomly, as JD with a draping suplex drop onto Carmelo on the top rope. Charlotte been good? No.
She's a good athlete.
You remember her being good. You think she's been good because she's been on TV so much. Charlotte starting off was rougher than a badger's ass on a microphone. She was probably the weakest out of the fucking four of them, I feel. Have you ever heard of the return that Lita is back on WWE Raw yesterday? Wrestling for yes, we were here live. Like we are here live right now for NXT. We're going to be here live for AW Dynamite, and then back at it for Impact on Thursday with special guest Luna Havoc. Back at it on Friday with SmackDown and Rampage. Saturday, we're still floating out some ideas and everything like that, but it looks like we're going to be covering the J Cup, and we'll be back here on Sunday for the Super Bowl. So we are here covering anything and everything live. Like I said, you need to tell all your friends. You need to tell them, hello, ding dong. This is the place you need to go for some professional wrestling and everything.
Hello, ding dong.
Because we are here covering anything and everything. We are your alternative commentary when you don't want to listen to Kevin Patrick or Excalibur or any of them. We're the wrestling buddies you just need sitting there on the couch and everything, shooting the shit with you. So absolutely be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Why? Steven, I don't know what you're talking about. Wesley, lost here. Bailey as a worker, phenomenal. Her characters, however, been so-so. I will give you that because she had that moment to where she was afraid to use the kendo stick and all of that. She had those moments to where she didn't quite know how to be a heel, and she had some growth. But I feel like once she got to where she needed to get, she fucking nailed it. It's one of those of, all right, once I get my swing, I'm knocking this the fuck out the park.
Her as a heel has been her best work to date. I mean,
you would say that's better than Hugger Bailey, with the wacky waving 100%. Inflatable arm flailing tube men. Yes, I said that right. Wow.
1,000%. 1,000%. I didn't like, she was like the female John Cena, but even more childish,
even more baby face. She was the it was just took John Cena and Hulkamania and just smash them together.
Yeah, it was too much. But I know her as a heel, she definitely is much better. It's like Roman as a heel, like just completely just dominant.
I'll give you that. That's fair enough. Yeah. Now, do you think her paired with Sasha initially helped that? Because I feel like when she tried to go heel to start, it was a little rough.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I think she got into it pretty quickly, though. I think she found herself in that heel role pretty quickly.
Right.
I don't think it took that long. I guess I was just tired of seeing the whole
wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Needed a refresh. Yeah, definitely needed a refresh.
Fair enough. But we are back from commercial as JD's got a body lock on, but. Yeah, so then why are you asking if we were here about Monday night and everything like that? If you were here talking to us and everything, my guy. Wrasslin for Life is the ultimate authority on wrestling. Huh?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's not a spoil. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
That's a spoiler. Yep, that's right.
Nick, ready to go? Did the Bailey segment happen yet? No, I believe that's probably going to end up being the main event tonight.
All right, well. I'll turn her heel.
Yeah, I'm just clicking through some of these real quick. Is New Japan starting to lose some steam after possibly losing Jay White and Kota Ibushi? Steven, if you want my honest opinion, New Japan's been losing steam. They lost steam when they lost Kenny. And as much as I've been on here and bagging about the Elite and everything like that, and everybody that's been here for a minute knows I'm a Kenny Omega fan, he was their best crossover talent that they've had. And that's not a knock on Will Ospreay. 2020 was a thing. I think that, Spanish fly out of fucking nowhere from JD onto Carmelo for a 2 count. But the second that they lost Kenny, Not even the Young Bucks. Just the second they lost Kenny, you were already starting to see the cool down. This is a match that should have been on fucking Vengeance Day. This is doing better than the 2 out of 3 falls match. How? Why? Make it make sense, Sway.
It is. That's a fact. What was that? What would you say was the best match of the night for Vengeance?
Oh, for Vengeance Day, shit.
I almost feel like it was either the
tag team match, the Fatal 4-Way. Even though I hated that it started off as 2 teams, it was.
But the Dijak versus Wesley was very good too.
See, I didn't. Oh,
it started off slow, in my opinion. It did start off slow, but I think it picked up at the end.
I always like that little, like, spring back leg drop and everything. Granted, it's a little Alberto Del Rio stomp there. The guy has to, lay back and set himself there for it. But yeah, no, I would say the tag team match, because especially it towards the end it was super fast paced of back and forth. You didn't know who was going to win. But no, I could see what you're saying of. That's a match I was honestly I figured was a guarantee was going the other way. I think maybe incident would have caused that, but sliced bread from Carmelo for a 2 count. Damien with the flames. What? Lauren saying we the goats. No, we the ones. Every other channel, they the 2s. Nick, who's your pick for the Elimination Chamber team? Bailey or Team Go? Oh, the Team Goats. Okay. Oh, now I see what you're saying. I just took your comment and just ran with it. But I almost want to say every time I feel like I want to say Bailey, knowing she needs an L, but then she just knowing she needs a W, but then she just takes an L. So, oh, crossface right now from Carmelo. See, Polo's agreeing with you, right?
Polo, there you go.
All the kickouts, yeah. Oh, you need to do it, yeah. Give it to me now, yeah. He should have won the title.
Yeah, he should have won the title.
Tiffany's saying, I've heard Braun versus DJ again. DJ, I'm trying to make it versus Dijak? What? No, rephrase that. I feel like I lost you there on that.
Maybe JD McDonough?
Oh, JD. Oh, okay, fair enough. JD again? Oh, no. Been there, done that. We need to see Carmelo versus Braun. They're the 2 biggest stars you got on NXT at this point.
Yeah.
Small Mark saying Indy Hartwell and Zelina Vega would be an interesting tag team. Fair enough. Even the crowd shading Mello right now as we had JD with a powerbomb for a 2 count. Heyman and Cody promo exchange last night was money. Well, you already nailed it with saying it was Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman could have a decent promo. Codebreaker from Carmelo, but I feel like Heyman could have a decent promo with a broom. 2 count. But when you have someone in there like Cody, and you give somebody like Heyman something that they can use that's personal. You give both those guys something that's personal to use in a promo. Magic's gonna happen, especially guys that are already good on the mic. What did you think of it?
You're talking to me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, me. Oh yeah.
Just you and I.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch it yet. Because I told you guys, like, I work late, so like I record, I DVD everything and like DVR everything, and then I catch up.
Fair enough, you're good, but so
but I did hear that it was amazing.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was probably the best promo in a hot minute. Well, not named Sami Zayn, but so Ilya Dragunov comes out with the distraction. Oh, and he's going after JD. So we're setting up Ilya versus JD. So Carmelo gets the win. Ilya Dragunov comes out with the distraction. So we're setting up Ilya Dragunov versus JD. So sign me up for whatever show that's going to have Ilya and JD and Carmelo versus Braun on it. Because shut up and take my money.
Dragunov. That guy's
Yeah.
insane.
Oh, and speaking of Tiffany Stratton, now we're getting her backstage with Thea Hale. I'm a Barbie girl. NXT.
She's Mandy Rose replacement.
No, she's Vince acting out what he wanted to do with stuff. Pause. Accusations. All that's missing is the fucking pink box around this woman and fucking Ken standing beside her. But anyways, meanwhile, Thea Hale's about like my paper. I gotta do a paper. It's due tomorrow, but I still have time to turn it in. I like Dragunov. Yes, Dragunov's fantastic. I still remember from watching his return in Dub X Dub, where it was him, Walter at the time, and Bad Bones, and that was my introduction to Ilya Dragunov, and I've been a fan of his since. Of that man, for no, I guess, harsh terms intended, he's takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Of that is a man that I feel like you need to literally fucking double tap in the back of the head like a fucking zombie to put that man down. He's a fantastic wrestler. And
why is that guy not in the main roster yet?
Size. And size and visa, I feel. Size and visa. Same thing why Dragon Lee was supposed to be at Vengeance Day and got held up because of the visa issues.
Oh,
Ava! Ava Rain just sneaking off with Thea Hale. I'm still saying Ava Rain's the one that ran down Nikita Lyons. She just went back to like her uncle there. I did it for The Rock.
So is this where we find out if toxic attraction is a thing anymore?
Well, it seems like that's what we're going to get. I feel like anytime you have a tag team that's going for a singles title, it's always how will they coexist? And then shortly thereafter, it's the breakup.
Right.
But to me, Gigi Dolan's the Shawn Michaels out of this situation, and JC James very much the Marty Jannetty.
Poor thing.
How do you feel? Oh, well, yeah.
From the looks of it. From the looks of it, yeah, I would say Gigi Dolan. Yeah.
Well, JC's kind of become the forgotten member, I feel a bit like, of honestly, even in that triple threat between the two of them and Roxanne Perez, that it was really going to come down to Gigi or Roxanne. It wasn't going to come down to JC Jane winning that.
Well, Gigi, you could clearly see has a little bit more charisma, and
I feel like she's also might be a little bit more experienced and everything like that. Because she was also Christ, and her independent name's on the tip of my fucking tongue here. But anyways, yeah, I feel like she's got a bit more experience and everything versus JC Jane. So I think it's just more, she's kind of already set up for it.
Yeah.
But then again, there's some people that maybe toxic attraction. Oh, Priscilla Kelly, that was her name. There we go. Thank you, Instagram. But maybe it's a bit more of, even if we've got Bailey coming down here tonight doing the ding dong hello, we've already got Bailey with Damage Control, and Damage Control has been still winning, but Bailey not so much. So maybe Bailey tries to throw her hat in the mix of being in charge of Damage Control, or maybe this is where we get a new leader of Toxic Attraction. Maybe this is when we get a new leader of Toxic Attraction and see where it goes. It's interesting to see where Toxic Attraction goes now, especially with Mandy being out. And there was still the rumors that they might try and bring her back at the Rumble. There's stories getting out that she always knew her content was going to get leaked, that she wasn't warned, that she was warned. It's that whole situation is very messy. So it's interesting to see where we're going to come out of that.
Yeah. If I were to bet on it, I'm going to say that they're going to feud.
That who's gonna feud?
The two of them. They're going to
Oh,
just
that we're gonna see the
the
mega
breakup.
powers implode tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Fair enough.
Then again, my track record has been very, very, very poor. So I've been wrong on like every prediction so far. So, you know.
Damon, I'm going to agree with you. You called Lita last night. Fair enough. So, what do you think about the? Well, I think I meant threw it out to the floor before, and you may have touched on it. How do you feel about the potential? I guess gathering of the goats of Lita, Becky Lynch, and Trish Stratus all on one team together come Elimination Chamber.
I think it's cool. I don't know. I like I said, I like seeing them. You know, from time to time. It's an attraction thing. You know. Probably just to get more eyes on.
Well, does it make you kind of, think that there's still maybe a little bit left in the gas tank there?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen. I think so. I mean, why not? I mean, if Stone Cold can do it, I mean, Booker T was just in the Royal Rumble.
Well,
so why not? You know. What's up, KJ?
Booker T can do it. Anybody can do it. Cliff, sorry, Nick was mid answering that question, and
mid answer,
right? Dropped him out the trap door.
Nah, it's true. It's true though. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I love Trish.
Yeah.
So I'm good with her coming back. I don't know. Like, is this best for Becky? How will it work out? Will Damage Control lose again? Like, I don't know.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, like we don't know how it's gonna. Yeah, I mean, because it could kind of, I don't want to say bury, but it kind of lower their stock a bit if they lose.
Well, I mean, like Bayley's been booked really strange since she's returned, and she hasn't taken very many W's. So I mean, they got to turn it around or break up Damage Control.
Well, maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're going to have them beat the Legends and beat Becky.
Okay.
And then get some, leverage, or build up their stock a little bit because, yeah, I mean, they need that W. I think that's the only way you can book it. Otherwise, it's just not going to mean anything. And it's just going to, I don't think it's going to be good for them.
No, not at all. Right now, we're getting a recap of Vengeance Day. Of course, that was that last Saturday. This Saturday, we're going to cover the J Cup. There's 2 sessions. We'll be here in the afternoon, and then we'll be here in the evening on Saturday. Sunday, we have the Super Bowl party. And, of course, we have the rest of the wrestling week to go through as well. So, folks, do not miss out. They're giving us the tweets celebrating Dallas. Holy shit. What is this? Cliff, what are we watching?
Well, I was watching Wendy Cho in the ring with someone else.
Valentina Feroz?
Lyra Valkyrie? Did I mess that one up?
Valkyria or something? We thought it was Taya Valkyrie's new name. We were disappointed.
Yeah, Valkyria.
Now, does she have a tag team partner? Wendy Chu and Feroz are together, hanging out. I don't know. Wendy Chu was
Wendy Chu needs to go home and go to sleep and stay there for good. That's what needs to happen.
I'm with you on that one, buddy.
Because that gimmick is just horrible.
No, absolutely. Well, here comes Lyra Valkyria, or I don't know. All right. So get your predictions in, folks. Who are you taking in this match? Who do you think is going to take the W? Let me know. Yes, she is.
Lyra, she's from NXT UK. Oh, okay. So they're incorporating a lot of these UK wrestlers because of NXT UK no longer exists.
Right, and it won't. Like, I mean, the plan was NXT Europe was going to be the next step, so we will see how that comes to play. All right. Okay, so it's Valkyria versus Farouz. Do you have a winner here? I'm gonna go with Valkyria. Just she had a better entrance and did not have Wendy Chu.
I'm gonna say the same because of Wendy Chu. Nothing else but because of her.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There is better than her. Better than who? Taya? No. Lyra Valkyria for the win.
Lyra Valkyria.
What's your opinion on Choo Choo Choose Me?
Oh Jesus Christ.
Enough
do we have to get into that?
Analyze the girl that falls asleep mid-match. Listen, if she wanted to be kind of, I don't know, I kind of put it in like the why is this on my TV category. I have no idea. I thought the Wendy Chu gimmick would go away because I do think Wendy Chu is talented. Oh, speaking of talented, Elektra Lopez.
I guess it would make sense if they added in like her bio that she suffers from narcolepsy.
It'd
be like believable, right?
Yeah, right.
Like make it believable.
But
right. Like when he's like mid move, like in the air, just like falls asleep, like just.
Oh hell,
that'd be great. No one's like R-Truth. R-Truth. The only other person that I thought was funnier than R-Truth in wrestling was Santino Marella. That's it. R-Truth and comedy gold right there between the two of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Wendy Chu.
Oh, Wendy saying no. We got some brass knucks on the knuckles. Oh, Valkyria does not give a shit about the brass knuckles. And Feroz is out. So let's just try to make a friendship with Feroz and make a heel turn. I don't know who this lady is.
Jesus. Spinning heel kick right in the face.
Like a big one.
Damn.
Never been impressed by Taya, then you did not watch what happened in 2022 with Taya Valkyrie. That lady went around collecting belts. She was in hardcore matches. She was in like everything. She was in tag matches, intergender. She is outstanding. She's a really, really, really talented lady.
Is this Carmella? Yeah, no, that's.
Wait, what?
What am I watching?
I have no idea. Oh, is it Carmella? That's funny. Oh, a day in the life of the champ. All right.
I think I lost you. There you
go. I think I threw up in my mouth, Damien. Thank you. Ryback does not need to come back to wrestling. We don't need anybody throwing past tables. We don't need his attitude. We don't need his overall outlook on life. If Tony Khan signed him, I would be shocked. I think, obviously he's burned that bridge multiple times with the WWE because he's dumb. I'd be highly shocked.
Literally, if there was one word to describe him as dumb, period. No.
Right? Valid. Absolutely valid. Yeah, he just puts his foot in his mouth constantly. He talks. He's ridiculous. This guy puts up a poll on his own website asking what he should do next, and his fans voted retire. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And he didn't take a hint? Oh, I got my name back. No one cares.
August 5th, Saturday.
Yes, it is. Detroit. There you go. Steve Chambers confirms. Right now, we're getting a day in the life of Wes Lee. And his girl emotional. He's nervous. There you go. Really putting on that heavy layer of baby face, Cliff.
Yeah. For reals.
And I thought he was going to lose to Dijak.
I did too.
Instead, Dijak broke his finger. He come back with the metal claw.
That was so disgusting. Like, purposely have his hand up like that so they can get a nice camera shot too of it.
Well, I think I would have too, though.
Yeah, probably.
5-0. Where WWE and AEW right now? Do you guys see any more crossovers happening anytime soon? Permanent roster moves. Crossovers or people just leaving the company and going elsewhere? I still think it's all in flux. I think it's a free market right now.
Well, if you're saying crossover, then that would be like opening a forbidden door kind of thing.
Yeah, no. Well, if he's implying that, no.
No, I don't see any crossovers. No.
Ryback will say in AEW, I just ate. Yeah, right? All right. You laughing at Tony?
Yeah.
He is retired. Like the guy talks like when was the last time Rhino was in a ring? Can someone let me know when the last time Ryback? Poor Rhino gets picked on. Someone out there tell me the last time Ryback was in a match. When was the last time he took an indie booking? What was it like? I don't know. Maybe there's an answer out there. Maybe it was last week. I have no idea what pig farms he's wrestling in nowadays. I have no idea. But yeah, he is retired. It's forced retirement. Yeah, 100%, Steve. 100%. Give me Miro all day, every day. Wait, pause. That's not, you know what I mean. Shut up. Yeah, Miro is MIA. Apparently, Tony said, I got an idea. Miro said, that sucks. And we haven't seen him since.
He has not wrestled since August 2018.
Yeah, he's retired.
That's 5 years ago.
How long was his WWE run? 4 years?
His WWE run? It looks like it ended in like 2016.
There you go. I mean, dude, he's retired.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, right? Like, this guy acting like he's people are dying to get him back in the ring. He's been out of wrestling since 2016.
Bro, and the guy's 41.
Yeah.
He's past his prime. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And how long do you think it takes him to blow out the minute of ding ding?
At 41 and how big he is with all of his issues that he claims that he has. Like, I don't know.
Right?
It's full of shit.
Right? It's not like this guy was out on the indie circuit for the last 5 years, right? Like putting in time. Yeah. No, he just sits around and talks about what a great wrestler he is because he knows if he tried to prove it, he'd get called out pretty quick.
Yeah, this guy said he can go mic to mic with Paul Heyman. Like, how stupid can you be?
He can go mic to mic with a fucking toddler. What the fuck do you mean? Let's be real here.
Let's have him go one-on-one against my son.
Right? Son, take him down for sure. Absolutely. Whatever your son said back would confuse him, and it's over.
Yeah, it would. That's it. Done.
Get the fuck out of here. I could go toe-to-toe with Heyman. In what? A pie-eating contest? Get out. Rhino, no, listen. I got love for Rhino. He's still going strong. He's got a nice little niche and impact.
Rhino's all right.
You know, he doesn't do anything overly special. He hangs out with, Heath a lot. Life's good. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Rhino. He's like pseudo-Canadian, so I kind of like him.
He's pseudo-Canadian.
he spent a lot of time with Legend Christian. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Well, ain't he from Michigan?
Yes, I think so.
It's pretty much like Canada.
Touche. Anyone from Michigan out there? Yep, there you go. Polo and Dale confirming 2016. Yeah, so what are you talking shit for? There's a whole lot of pause up in that, but I like it.
Yep.
I was at Kofi Mania, Lauren. That's a good one to be at.
Good. I was at Kofi Mania too.
There you go. Lauren and Cliff were at Kofi Mania.
Yeah.
Who else was at Kofi Mania? And Ryback said he would destroy Wardlow in a match. Yeah, but legitimately, like he would, fuck him up by accident. That's the problem. That's the problem is you can't trust Ryback. There's too many where he was deemed unsafe. And when there's that much smoke, you have to believe there's some good fire. So for me, listen, we could beat Ryback up all day. I wish he would come on so I could tell him he sucks. But nonetheless, he just retired. Dude, you haven't been in a ring in a while. Like you said, he's 41. Give him a match against Sting. I don't know what to fucking tell you. He breaks Sting. Good.
No, man, you don't want to do that. You don't want to kill Sting.
Don't kill Sting. Darby's gonna try though.
He almost died with Seth Rollins. I mean, you can't. Yeah. And Seth Rollins, that was clearly an accident. I mean, Ryback is known to put a hurting on people. On I don't know if it's accident or if it's just dumb. Well, yeah, he's dumb. He's just dumb.
Yeah, pretty much. Dragon Lee should be a face or a heel. I don't know. That's kind of a tricky one. I think naturally, because of his style, he'd be kind of a baby face coming out the gate. But do you make him like a heel and chase around Axiom for a little bit? Your favorite wrestler, we give him like a villain, Dragon Lee.
Axiom?
Yeah.
I just like him because of the intro. I mean, that's
fair enough. Ryback and Rhino as a team, as Team the Gore and the Boar. Oh, he's one of those guys. The minute he starts speaking, you're like, stop doing that. That's why his gimmick was feed me more. That's all they could get him to say on mic cohesively. Feed me more. Feed me more. He's saying that for 30 years or 41 years, apparently. We all talk true. Yeah, Wardlow's what? 26?
Wardlow?
Wardlow, what? Maybe 30?
I think he's in his 30s. He might be my age.
Oh, really?
Could be.
But anyway, he's younger. That's the point.
Yeah, he's 35.
35? Fucking A. Looks
Damn,
good.
I'm older.
Right? And old. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. Jeffrey, why? Pourquoi? You have any desire for a Goldberg match, or specifically this one?
No. No.
That was the best reaction ever. No.
No. Go away, Goldberg.
Oh shit! By the way, we got Odyssey Jones in the ring. I can't remember who he's beating up. Oh, he's beating up.
Reminds me of a young Mark Henry.
Very much so.
Yeah, same build. He might be actually taller.
You know what? He doesn't seem as thick as Mark Henry.
No, but same kind of. I get the same kind of vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely see what you're saying. And I thought Odyssey was going to win the breakout tournament. Carmelo went on to do it, and at the end of the day, Carmelo's proven his worth. Odyssey got hurt, but yeah, I mean, he had a lot of fanfare and a lot of upside in that tournament. So he seems to be back right now, and we'll see what this means.
So is he supposed to be a babyface?
Yes, I believe so. Okay. Yeah, especially when up against Tony, he would definitely be a babyface.
Okay.
Odyssey for the win. Odyssey, I'm with you. Goldberg, very much so.
Yeah, very.
I choose Odyssey. All right.
All right, Curtis. I'll take a Moose versus Roman Reigns. I actually I saw Moose in the independent scene, not okay. in Impact.
Okay.
I saw him before he got into Impact at one of the promotions here in Florida actually,
Right.
one of like the independents. And I just remember when he came out, everyone's like, Moose, Moose, Moose. And I'm just like, who's this Moose guy?
Hilarious.
Yeah. But good for him.
Moose.
Right. I did something similar with Ciampa at one point, and then it was like, and then the guy goes on and just tears it up. I'm like, I was way off. Like whatever happened that particular night where I was like, this guy's okay. And then he just blossomed into what he is now.
He's dead.
No one has dead. But so who you guys taking? Odyssey Jones or half stack flapjack? Not 2 dimes, 2 nickels that you could rub together.
Right. It's got to be Odyssey on this one. I mean, even with the cheating help, this doesn't make any sense.
Well, and I do see halfway of what you're saying there of Cliff, of reminding a bit of Mark Henry. Well, he's got a little bit of the Nation of Domination gear type.
Yeah. I wonder if that's paying like a little homage to it too.
Well, it's also Black History Month, so shout out. But I think that's more part of it. Jojo, what up? Shout out.
What's going on, Jojo? How you doing, buddy? Remember Moose back in ROH? Absolutely. Stacks isn't bad, to be honest. How do we feel about Stacks? I haven't seen much out of Stacks that makes me care.
Is that the guy?
You can have that. That even when I'm mad at.
I don't even know.
I'm a big fan, honestly, of. I'm glad Odyssey Jones is back. I think he's a guy that you put him and Jonah in a match together, in a tag team together, what have you. And DDT from Half Stack there. But you put those two in a tag team together and you got to reinforce the goddamn ring. Or even a match together.
Right. Beefy boys.
Big beefy boys slapping meat. Why?
I clicked on JoJo 3 times, apparently.
Who do you guys pick? Ryback or Satnam Singh a match? I don't think that would be a match we would want to know. You already lost me once you said Ryback. Oh, what the shit?
Well, I'm going to go Satnam just because Satnam's had a wrestling match in the last 5 years. Oh!
Yeah, so Ryback versus a tree.
Just not mention Ryback.
I'm over it. Why would you
I pitched the idea of Goldberg versus Ryback in a who retires who first match.
Right.
You mean disable the other one first match?
I just want to see a straight up retirement match. Like who doesn't matter who wins or loses, they both retire.
Well, someone's gonna break a neck in that match. I guarantee it.
Shit. Anyways.
Wheelchair match. So Stacks got the win.
Surprisingly. And now we're getting a Indusher video package, The Devastation of the Creed Brothers.
I like them.
I love them. I think they're great.
Yeah.
It's still funny to me that Veer's the shortest person out of this whole group, and he was meant to bring in as they brought him in as the monster that destroyed Ray and just tore a wreck after he could actually find the arena they were at.
He was supposed to go to AEW and destroy everyone there, right? Send them Veer. Isn't that what they said?
Right? Send them Veer. Send them Veer.
He needed a new GPS or something.
And I think the addition of Jinder is just unbelievable. Like, this is main roster caliber, size, attitude, gimmick. It is all legitimate. I think this is great.
Oh, absolutely.
So freaking big, dude.
You put them on Monday Night Raw and you just turn, especially with the whole, Kool-Aid outfits and everything. I think that's what they ended up getting told on Vengeance Day is Kool-Aid.
Time to get educated here.
But you just put those two on there, you throw the Viking Raiders on there, and you just make it the big beefy boys slapping meat tag division. I'll have it.
You got Chase U here. My favorite stable.
They're mad at each other still, kind of, sort of, I guess.
Cliff's working on his undergrad at Chase U.
Yeah. Got to get my associate.
He's majoring in thugonomics.
I'm not. I'm serious though. Like I had like a chuckle when because that was the first time I saw it when he's doing like the stomping, right? And then they're like CH,
Right,
spelling out Chase, and I'm just like getting a chuckle out of it.
right. I'm a sucker for
Oh,
good audience participation.
that's the
But
one
like,
thing
how
that they
long? How far can that gimmick go though? Is the thing. Like I feel like
Uh,
it can't go that far.
it can go as long as they keep booking it and booking it well, because we thought it was kind of dead in the water when it had Brody, whatever his name is there, that showed up on AW Dark, and when it was just them, him, Chase, and Thea Hale. And now, honestly enough, that this addition of Duke Hudson somehow revitalized his career and helped the group get over.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's a good move, and I mean, even this comment down below, you get Gallus versus Veer and Sangha. Whew,
Big beefy boys slapping meat.
that's a good one. That's got potential.
Well, is the NXT tag division almost arguably better than the main roster? Because you have, well,
From that
theoretically, you
fatal
would technically still have the
four-way,
New
I
Day.
mean,
You have the Creed brothers. You have Indusher. You have Gallus. You have Brady Deadly. Um, I feel like I'm even still missing a team or two.
hold on a second.
Um,
Pretty Deadly doesn't count. I thought they're dead in the water. I thought they kind of just suck.
no, I'm saying if you took NXT versus main roster, name a main roster tag team that isn't the Usos, Alpha Academy, or the Street Profits. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Bang Bros. Oh wait,
You got you got
Oh wait.
you
Well,
got the
no, they're
Judgment
supposed to
Day.
be setting
No,
up
no,
the
no,
face
not
of the
really.
Gunther there.
You got the Judgment Day.
Imperium's a good one.
The House of Purple there. The
House of
They
Purple.
don't count.
They don't count.
The House of Purple, are they officially a tag team in some way, shape, or form?
well, they're
They
all
could be,
wrestling
technically.
in singles matches. Or well, no, the only tag team that we're getting coming up is Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Rhea and Finn Balor. Now, do you think that that's their way of their backdooring into the rumored Edge versus Finn match, and we get the Rhea versus Beth Phoenix match?
But when?
What about the Bang Bros?
They're setting up for Gunther. They can have that.
And
But
then
that's
you
a good
also
point.
have Imperium too.
I think
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think the Bang Bros.
oh, you're thinking of the Brawling Brutes.
Same
No,
So there, I
well, they
named
call them the
5
Banger
main
Bros.
roster tag teams across two
McIntyre and
brands.
Shayna.
But to your point there, KJ, of is there a pay-per-view even between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania?
No, so what's going to happen is I think you get the tag match, and whatever kind of transpires could lead into what everyone's, some type of people rumored it might be a Hell in a Cell, but Edge versus Demon Finn.
He comes out in the purple and the black and the white face paint and everything instead of the red.
I think so.
Does the do, but still, everyone wanted that Rhea versus Beth match, and I guess the best we're going to come to that is the tag match. Like, I think even on Monday Night Raw, people were expecting more of even at the Rumble, Christ, we were expecting more of an interaction between Rhea and Beth. And we thought Beth might come out and cost Rhea the Rumble match. But instead, we just kind of got that one interaction. And so now it's like, all right, are we really pulling the trigger on this? Or are we just kind of, was that really the dirt sheets being the dirt sheets?
I think it's the dirt sheets being the dirt sheets most cases. Most likely. I don't know. I never trust anything we read. We're such skeptics at this point as wrestling fans.
So
KJ and Nick, you hear Los Garza, Los Lobos, as I call them, signed a Raw. I did not hear that they signed a Raw. I don't know why we would care. Maxine,
I didn't know that they were still debatable on what roster they were going to be on, as I missed Roxanne Perez announcing what tag team partner she had for next week, I guess, facing Kaden Carter. So if anyone caught that or can pick up on it, did she even say it, or did she just
Mako Satomura?
Oh, and the crowd goes mum. A little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's one of those of I'm glad she got her visa issues fixed and everything, but again, they kind of just rely on that people have watched. Like they rely on hardcore fans without admitting that there's hardcore fans. It's weird.
I don't know. I see what you're saying 100%, but part of me feels like this is the place for people to just kind of come in. Like, oh, who the fuck's Isla Dawn? Who's,
But
Lyra
then it's a straight
Valkyria?
up developmental. It's a straight up developmental. Quit acting
Right?
like it's
Yeah,
it's any sort of a
it
jump
is
up. It's an in between. It's nothing. It's a straight up. This is
developmental.
FCW just with a
It's
TV fucking deal.
pretty much, yeah. It's the first floor, right? Like that's what I think, and I mean, so I get your point. Most people in the building won't know who that is, but it should be great, and we'll see if she can get herself over with the audience. Pretty deadly looking,
Pretty dumpster fire versus Chase U right now.
pretty dumpster fire.
Well, they're going through. They should hang out with Baron Corbin, who just got dumped by JBL. It's John o'clock, motherfuckers, because they're going through that homeless mustard stained T-shirt Baron Corbin phase and everything right now. I feel
Absolutely.
and fucking selling like Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan because goddamn, that man took head to the top turnbuckle spot and damn near flopped halfway across the ring.
Oh, who is your prediction? Who is your prediction for this match? Chase U, pretty deadly having a rough time.
A rough time, a rough day, a rough week, a rough year,
Month? Oh, that was
everything of like they're struggling to even get dressed. Like fuck.
Did you see how much air was between? This is the weirdest, slowest start to this fucking match.
Oh, absolutely. It's just this somehow, oddly enough, weirdly feels like this is going to be a Chase U like squash match. And it's so interesting if you're taking former NXT UK tag champs and they've now backslid to mustard stained Baron Corbin.
Right? Yeah. They just fell apart. I'm going Chase U with you. Absolutely.
You're going to Chase U with you.
Chase down.
Well, and that's a hell of an offensive maneuver there. He's got can't remember the opposite of Elton Prince there. But he had him hung up in the middle rope and was just literally ping pong paddling him back and forth. Clothesline, swing it back. Clothesline, swing it back.
Right.
I thought he was about to do the Young Bucks the tope moment there, split the legs and just do a swanton over.
Do you find that pretty deadly playing this so haphazardly? Like I get what they're trying to do, right? They're all, whatever, discombobulated, and they don't. But like they're doing it in such a way that it's getting boring.
Like I said, this feels a little bit like Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan of like, I'm going to sell the shit out of everything of, oh, you gave me the finger poke of doom. Cool. I'm going to do a back sell and fucking flop over the top rope and just look like a salmon. Hot tag in a dupe. Got Chase U for the win. JBL don't want Corbin, the wrestling god, on his side anymore.
Right.
Well, JBL just finally fucked off where he should have been. But then again, maybe we don't get Corbin in he borrowed Austin Theory's gear anymore or anything like that. Has there ever really been a good Baron Corbin?
Yeah, Lone Wolf. I thought that was
all the way back to NXT. They've been fucking him up for a hot minute.
Yeah, for a fucking hot minute. When he first entered the main roster, he was great. His entrance was great. His entrance music was great. The fucking visual with the flames, great. And he beat everybody. Like, I mean, not beat everybody, but he picked up a lot of wins. Nobody kicked out of the deep six or the end of days until Roman did.
I was going to say, it's been, I think Roman's probably the only person that's actually technically kicked out of the end of days. Everybody just kicks out of the deep six.
Right? Pretty much. And I didn't even mind, I will be honest, Corporate Corbin I didn't hate because he played
Constable Corbin.
Constable Corbin. He played
You like that?
He plays such a good prick, right? Like, let him be it. Then he went happy, and we were all fucked.
No. Then he went he went. There was dog food with him versus Roman,
Right?
And then he spiked up into like happy Corbin, and then he was bankrupt Corbin, and then back to happy, and then it's just
Absolutely. Did you see that comment?
What one?
The one about like WrestleMania weekend. This one. Stand and Deliver, Ring of Honor, WrestleMania Night 1 on Saturday. Awesome. And guess where we'll be? Right here. Live.
I might have duct tape and toothpick to my eyes, but I'll be here.
We're going to be so jazzed.
Check my pulse. No, there's no place I would rather be than right here with the Wrasslin 4 Live Network. Cheap McFoley Pop.
There you go.
But no, absolutely. Do you want to run everybody through what we got coming up the rest of this week, sir?
Sure, why not? This week is crazy, folks. We got lots going on. Tomorrow we come back with Dynamite. It's going to be a fun show, a fun night. The card looks good. I want to see Dynamite bounce back off of not one of my favorite Dynamites in a while, but they've been on a pretty good roll. Then
Danielson versus Roosh. We got Top Flight versus the Elite and everything.
It's true. So it's got potential. Thursday, we have taken over Thursdays. We are going back at Impact. Luna Havoc, our special guest host, will be joining us once again. So I'm looking forward to that stream on Thursday. Friday, doubleheader. Never know what else. It's a Friday. Who knows? Wow. Saturday, 2 shows. J Cup, session 1 and 2. 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening. Stay tuned for the thumbnails on that.
That double vitamin session on Saturday.
That's a double vitamin session. And then Sunday, we come in with a Super Bowl party, because why can't your wrestling friends throw a badass Super Bowl party? And that's what we're going to do, folks. So do not miss out. Let everybody you know to join us. Now, wrestling fans, football fans, UFC fans, whatever else. Bring them all.
We just got all the homies. Why?
Homies.
Oh, you see, you read my fucking mind, because I literally heard that in my head.
Right.
Jacoby, what up? JK, so see, you're no longer KJ, you're JK. Just kidding. And Nick, if you didn't see if JBL is done with Corbin and manager someone else, Cameron Grimes. Oh, that's not a bad shout. You get JBL saying, I'm a vet. You get JBL and Cameron Grimes to the moon, baby.
Interesting. But I mean, I think maybe just because of the booking, I felt like JBL was very.
Make it a faction.
Make it a faction. All right. But where's like
Corbin to the moon, Cameron Grimes, and
right.
Dealing, JBL.
Because you're the crowd with the cheers on the hot tag. By the way, Chase can go.
This man is back body dropping, and then setting up in figure fours.
Right.
Both members of former tag team champions, like they ain't shit. What in the hell happened here? Over. Andre Trace got that nerd strength here right now.
Yeah, I mean, I know Cliff's a big fan of the gimmick and such. I'm curious to see how Andre Chase develops over the next little while.
That's what it is, though. It's a gimmick. It's Simon Diamond. It's Shane Douglas with fucking the Dean and everything like that. It's Matt Stryker 100%.
Oh shit, yeah.
Very much just it's a gimmick and it works great. It's fine because they put it on all the time. It's become synonymous with NXT. You tune in almost on NXT for Chase U and everything. But at the same time, just it's going nowhere beyond that.
Yeah, where could it go? I mean, again, you kind of stick yourself in the middle with that.
Andre Chase versus Roman Reigns. Shut the fuck up.
Right, with the Chase U crew in the corner.
Sammy becomes the president. I bought Chase U.
Actually, I want to see Sami Zayn versus Thea.
In a who's more hyper match?
Yeah, right. Like
Russian leg drop.
Black match.
Speaking of which, we've got Cliff's favorite moment right now here. The stomp Chase U and Elton Prince and walk it dry moment.
Right.
Bully Ray going to do something to Mickey James. Macy, Nick Aldis coming back to Impact. I'm surprised Nick Aldis hasn't or didn't show up at the Rumble. I'm going back even further. I'm surprised Mickey's still Impact Women's Champion.
Yeah.
So it impacts very much. They're heating up. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially if they have still guys like Cardona.
What happened to
is still in play. Go ahead.
Yo, Chase U is going to lose. And Thea has to calm down in these moments.
Pretty Deadly picks up the win.
Yeah. I like that finisher. Do you sit?
I'm watching the replay right now, so I'm going to catch it here.
I like their finisher. I do. It's the neck breaker off the but
so it's like a modified 1D.
No, it's like
it's a running neck breaker. I guess.
Yeah, it's like the heart foundation, but into a neck breaker.
Yeah, right? it's the heart attack into a neck breaker.
Yeah.
But Thea Hale just looking like she's seen a goddamn ghost. And shout out, homie, there. Creed is what you need in the same spot to where Eddie's your real father from Monday Night Raw.
Right.
That was Kevin Dunn has done very few good things in his life.
Right.
But timing that shut up where right with the sign right above Dom's head of Eddie's your real dad is just too perfect.
Right. All right. So we do this thing in NXT where somebody that might be interested in fighting you just stands on the balcony and waves at you like Juliet.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Romeo.
Wow to the people. Blow kisses to the people.
All right. One of my least favorite things in NXT.
Yeah, when did we start watching Downton Abbey here or something? Because we've got Charlie Dempsey squaring up with Drew Gulak and Frank the Tank of I didn't know we were at Blockbuster, but we're getting our first Ding Dong Hello segment in 2023. And Christ, I think our first Ding Dong Hello segment since what? Maybe 2020, 2021. We didn't get one in 2022 because she was on the bench. So we're getting Bailey in NXT with Toxic Attraction coming up next, folks.
Right. But that's the main event. I get it.
Tells me that there's something there. There's something interesting. Some juice. There's something in. Can you feel it coming in the air tonight?
This better have something to it. We're not heading towards the highest of scores right now.
I
was listening to that home today.
What's up?
I was listening to that on the coming back to the house.
Ah, fair enough.
Like shit, both hands are off the wheel, but I don't care.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Here's the transition.
Right, I was gonna say. Meanwhile, I got pulled over for in the headlight, so I mean, you can have that.
Yo, I got a parking ticket today, and I still had 23 minutes on the meter, so I'm gonna have to go have a conversation. But I was pissed.
Did they measure it in meters or kilometers there?
Right. Both.
I don't know any other Canadian unit of measurement.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hey.
I still had 23 maple leaves on this maple tree.
The sap had not dripped, therefore you let it go, eh?
If the sap does not drip, you must have quit.
Oh, thank you, Canadian.
At this point, I'm just making myself laugh. Fuck it.
Thank you, Canadian Cochran.
Fuck off.
I will be very surprised if Mandy comes back. She's not coming back.
Instead of the Chewbacca defense, is it the Yeti defense?
The
Sasquatch defense?
The Yeti defense for sure. It's the hockey helmet defense.
the hockey helmet defense.
Was he wearing his hockey helmet? No.
Was he wearing his skates?
Yeah, right.
Did he go to Timmy's? No.
First mistake. Rogan and Franco, I mean. Hank and Gulak.
Yes. If Joe Rogan could grow hair and a beard, he would be Drew Gulak.
Impact can heat up. Beat can't get 2K viewers, but can't get 2K viewers. I think it's the access issue, right?
platform is really the issue there.
They put on good shows. They do. I enjoyed last Thursday. I'm going to enjoy next tomorrow. Next Thursday.
Next tomorrow. In all of the Canadian speaks, I'm going to enjoy next tomorrow. But absolutely, it's the platform. I feel more than anything. It's always been the issue with finding impact. Even when it was under Anthem and all of that. When Billy Corgan owned it and everything, it was more of trying to find it versus it putting out good content.
Right. And yeah, it's always been a dynamic. And if you don't serve it up to the people, they're going to miss it, especially with so much wrestling going on. Right. And I mean, I really don't love the idea that they're doing these Friday night up against SmackDown shows.
Yeah, but didn't they say that they were going to move to Saturday? We're starting to see a lot of wrestling shows move. Like AEW is going to do house shows. TNT or NXT is traveling. Maybe TNA Impact's going to do Saturday shows versus Friday shows.
I'm worried about AEW doing house shows. I really am. And I'm not being funny here. I'll be serious for a second, as I try to be.
I got to put on my serious voice now.
But if you got guys like Darby and that, like just throwing it out there, like we see a lot of injuries in AEW, and these people wrestle like twice a week. You start adding shows, I'm just worried that like people are going to be on the shelf left, right, and center.
Well, that seems to also be a bit of the reason why some people went to AEW versus going to WWE is the lighter schedule, and now it seems like WWE is the one with the lighter schedule of. AEW is going to go to house shows and everything. Like, I understand you can't fit in everybody on TV because you're Tony Khan, I guess. But so now we've already had dark storylines that try and have to get forced into Dynamite. Do we get now house show storylines that we have to? Well, if you were following, the house show that they had in Tuscaloosa, Mississippi. You would have known what was going on in this match beforehand. It's like, no, fuck off. Tell me what I need to see on television.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And that should be a once in a while thing where you pull in some footage of like, this is what happened on Saturday. You need to know. But if you're just expecting us to know, it's not like I know sometimes we're like, where the fuck did this come from? And somebody in the chat will say, dark. It doesn't count. Tell us why it's happening.
Right.
Ron Breaker returns next week.
And we're getting Tyler Bate versus Grayson Waller next week. And we're also getting Roxanne Perez. And I'm not even attempt that woman's name because I can't remember it off the top of my head.
You did see Wesley had a open challenge next week. Too.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to be?
Wow.
Yeah, do it.
Come back with a metal hand, bro.
He's just gonna peel off the fucking thumb and shit, and it's just gonna be the exoskeleton underneath.
Right?
He's gonna do the thumbs up.
Right?
But in the name of 90s, we've got Ding Dong Hello right now as the main event segment on NXT.
I hate that whole Ding Dong.
I feel that's something we need to do, honestly, is a tier ranking of the best talk shows or show segments throughout WWE, because you've got Miss TV, you've got a
lot. Piper's Pit, the
Piper's Pit, you've got
Piper's Pit was
what was Jericho's one?
Jericho had the
highlight reel.
The highlight reel. Yeah.
You've got Hello.
What?
Talk is Jericho. Podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, he still acts like it's fucking kayfabe with how much he tries to get himself the fuck over. I saw how he's paired up. He's now copying and just cosplaying Danhausen.
Oh my god,
he's Jarrahausen. So now it's just, if I can take any sort of hot at Chris Jericho must be freezing, because this man needs to take any hot fucking act and just instantly fucking snuggle up to it and just copy it 100%.
Yeah. You know that kid you grew up with that like he was your buddy, and then someone else got something cool, and he was their buddy, and then someone else got something cool, and then he was their buddy, and he just kind of like was that guy that latched on to everybody and their cool shit? That's Jericho.
He's the kid that, you can't touch me. I have invisibility. You didn't see where I am. Like, he's fucking Superman with all the fucking powers and shit.
And I know our buddy Scott was on the crew, so I'm curious his thought on it.
Oh,
And
he was on. I think he was on Friday or so, or to where he's even sent a super chat. Which, by the way, we do still have that option. Everything, folks. About how he was trying to set us up an interview with Jericho and all that.
Yeah, right.
I was like, no, don't tune in, Chris. Like,
no, tune in, Chris. I want to talk about it.
Well, yeah, this the harsh reality.
Right.
You know,
I like Chris.
When I think I can't go anymore, I'll retire. Well, shit. Can this man hear? Is this man deaf?
Who the fuck are you, Ryback? Come on now.
He didn't do a poll. See, that's what it is. He didn't do a poll.
He didn't do a poll. That's the problem. No, listen, Chris Jericho is
was
good. I mean, he's one of the best. He will go down as a Hall of Famer, obviously. Again, I just kind of equate it to it feels like Michael Jordan coming back and playing for the Wizards. That's what it all feels like to me. They're like, oh fuck, the owner's on the floor again. Give him the ball. Oh, I did give him the ball. It's Jordan. Give him the ball.
I was trying to find one that was even close, like kind of close to that. But yeah, I'd say it's almost more like Favre, but that's more Ric Flair. But so we've got what looks like the implosion of Toxic Attraction right now in a Ding Dong the Wagon segment with Gigi and Bailey both in the ring at the same time.
What's the prediction here? Who's gonna throw the first shot?
Betting odds.
Dolan.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2-1 Dolan. 2-1 Dolan.
She banged the Chucky doll.
What the fuck did you just say?
Who?
AC said she banged the Chucky doll. Like said Gigi banged the Chucky doll. Did I hear that right?
I hope the shit not.
I didn't say it. I just
the thoughts and comments that Mr. KJ White just uttered are his and his alone.
No, they're hers. I didn't say shit.
Oh, Bailey's out here looking like Ricky Lake.
Oh my god,
well, actually,
amazing.
No, who is it that always, you know, it's not Barbara Walters, but had the giant fucking
Sally Jesse Raphael.
Yes, Sally Jesse Raphael. There we go. That's how you know you're of a certain vintage.
But
I age like fine wine, folks, instead of spoiled milk.
It was 100% the next thing out of my mouth. So there you go. Didn't Mox say part of the reason he left WWE was the schedule?
Yes.
There you go.
Actually, we're having a connection here of I've alienated everyone from the locker room and everyone hates me. And JC's saying, well, if everyone hates you, what do they think of me? Do we get Bailey as the new? We expand. We go all the way instead of Control-Alt-Delete to error 404 file not found.
Here's a question for everybody out here right now. What would you rather have, EO and Dakota or Toxic Attraction as your wing ladies?
You were about to say something else, but can I crossbreed? Pause.
Pause.
I did not think that through before I said that out loud.
Not at all.
No.
Anyways, moving on. Cliff, say something before I keep making myself look like an idiot.
Oh yeah. So to answer that question, I think it would be EO and Dakota for me.
Okay. I get that. I like EO. I like Dakota.
They're sisters, guys. They're sisters. Oh, they're gonna jump Bailey.
I've seen this movie. The music kicks in and they start. Never mind. My bad.
Freaky Friday. They switch bodies. Right?
Yeah, switch bodies, all right.
Freaky Tuesday. They're gonna go after the NXT women's tag titles. They're gonna jump Bailey, like I just said. They're going after Damage Control. So we're gonna get Toxic Attraction versus Damage Control. Let's fucking go. And Bailey, whoa. What if instead of Lita, we get Bailey and Control-Delete Damage Control versus Becky and Toxic Attraction.
See, I told you I was going to get this one wrong. This is.
I like that better.
Complete swerve.
We gotta hug it out. Bailey, you left yourself in the Roman Reigns spot. You're right in the middle of that.
Right.
You're going through that door, my gal.
Yeah,
Yep.
we got problems.
Right through the door, you think?
Oh, double super kick. Straight up. Shawn Michaels, Marty
oh.
Oh! Someone got super kicked, but I was not expecting it. Marty
Nope.
Jannetty just super kicked Shawn Michaels there.
Yeah,
Jason James just super kicked Gigi Dolan.
Dude, I got you said it a second late. Marty Jannetty just
like I
Shawn
said,
Michaels.
clip that shit. That is, hold on. That is.
Oh, that prop door didn't move very much.
No, that looked like a stiff kick too.
Did you get that at Lowe's or Home Depot?
That's definitely Lowe's, I would say.
Fuck off.
Right.
Yeah, no, I said in the private chat around when that happened. But yeah, so JC Jane just super kicked Gigi Dolan and sends her through the door. So in a parallel universe where Marty Jannetty super kicked Shawn Michaels and threw him through aluminum foil instead of glass because that shit did not break where the fuck.
Yeah, they should have got a glass door.
No, don't put Shane or Kurt in charge of that. Be like King of the Ring.
Did not expect that one for sure.
I kind of like
that was the least expectable outcome, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of good. Like I thought, okay, that's fine. And we were kind of expecting maybe Bailey gets put through the door and they go after. But
yeah, I expected them to team up and go after Damage Control. Not we get JC that suddenly has a set of Huevos and she's, I guess going to be the one that goes solo.
That was the best call. Marty Jannetty just kicked Shawn Michaels. I'm like,
that's what it is.
Oh.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
That's
I'm sorry. I feel like JC James, unfortunately, kind of the litmus test for Gigi Dolan as a singles competitor. Well, if you can't do it with her, you can't do it with anybody. So fuck.
Well, Shawn Michaels was probably like, yeah, we've done this before.
wait, you kick her.
See, that comes down to Chris. He just got it fucking backwards there and everything. He saw Marty Jannetty over Shawn Michaels. He's like, wait, that's what happened, right?
Dude,
that's just fucked that all the way up.
That's
no, we're supposed to go the other way, Sean.
Right.
Other way. Comes back there throwing the headset. No, god damn it, this cross-eyed fuck. It goes the other way.
I said that earlier in the chat when I was like rude as fuck. That's what it was.
I figured as much.
Yeah, I was like,
doesn't mean I'm wrong. Doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Never said it did.
Now that reminds me of Shawn Michaels. Robert. That reminds me of Marty Jannetty.
Right, but that's exactly the vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, the door we didn't go through the door. I wish they would have like gimmicked the door so like she was halfway through it.
Yeah, don't shut the door all the way. Just leave it, half there and everything. So when she goes through it, she just fucking sails through it. That would have been a better visual than the door kind of cracks. She sits there. Well, she sits there and gets sent through the door. Maybe the door fucking topples over into the top. Yeah. Versus it's got a little bit of a crack there. It'd be like if Shawn threw Marty into the glass there and it just kind of like spider webbed and everything. Like, oh shit!
You got that hard glass thud.
You got that hard head.
Oh,
okay. Well then,
Cliff said, "Fuck."
Cliff Marty Jannetty himself. I love you, Cliff, but sorry, you set me up perfectly.
It's like I like Marty Jannetty.
I fucking like Marty.
He was ripped off and misunderstood.
But, so, folks, that is NXT. That is NXT on a Tuesday night. Let us know your ratings. Let us know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the latest episode of NXT. How y'all doing on a Tuesday night? 6 out of 10 from Dale. 7 out of 10 from Damian. Chris, obviously, you're
Chris grades on a
one
curve.
daily cheerleader with a 10 out of 10.
He grades on a curve, bro.
Well, no,
I'm
he's
gonna
somehow
say
randomly throwing out 10s and shit just because, like, I guess he caught a whiff of Bailey or something like that in the air, and just Bailey would never be on the show and be like, I give it a 10 out of 10. They said the letter B. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Right, maybe. But I
Well, what
said
do you
the
think?
letter B. But you know what? The Carmelo match was outstanding.
Match of the night?
Yeah, for sure. What else happened? 2 stacks, 1.
Yeah, over Odyssey Jones, we had Dabakato, Commander of Sneeze versus local enhancement talent, which we ended up finding out was actually on the roster talent. Just
He was kind of on
we forgot he was on the roster,
Mhm.
which is probably why he's still on the roster. Yeah, and then we had the Ding Dong Hello
main event.
Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels segment. Unless I
that's
feel
probably
like,
the most
well, we
exciting
had
thing
Pretty
that happened.
Deadly. What's up, Cliff?
That's probably the most exciting thing that happened, though.
Pretty much. I'll give it
The
a
whole
6.
show.
I'll go
Oh,
with
yeah.
you.
I'm gonna say this
Cliff,
is
you
as
got a
bad
rating?
as my internet.
What's that?
Probably
As bad as-
it's as bad as my internet today.
There you go.
I think
So
my
dual
internet was
rating,
like the
Cliff.
show.
What would you rate your internet and NXT?
Well, Comcast
Are you-
sucks, so I hate them. So I'm gonna
Okay.
say 3 out of 10.
3
Fair
out of
enough.
Cliff ain't having none of
Yeah.
it. What did you got? What did you got?
What'd you give it again? I feel I
Gave
know.
it a
Cliff
6.
gave
I
it-
think 3 is a little dismissive of some of the decent stuff.
Yeah, I'm twisted on one hand because do I want to go lower just because it was not that coming out of Vengeance Day, I expected it to be a bit better and everything. I expected them to try and take that as a launching point. And instead they fucking went off like a fat kid off the fucking top diving board there and just fucking cannonballed like a sumbitch into that shit.
Right.
But at the same time, it did it was funny. It was funny. It made for good humor. It made for good jokes. It made for good banner.
Yeah, I always make
I'm gonna give it a 5.5. 5.5.
Okay. A little less. Not a fail. Not a fail.
Not a fail, not a full mid. Curtis with a 7. I like this. Even Mike with a 4. But
Yeah.
you know, Toxic Attraction 2021 to 2023.
Wagon down.
Yeah,
Man,
the wagon lost its fucking wheels on that one here.
well, I like it. I mean, I think Gigi was going to naturally end up being the babyface anyway, at least in the interim. So
that is true. They just made her the babyface, so I'll give you that.
yeah,
I still say 5.5.
Just-
6 isn't bad though. I don't know. It's one of those. I don't know if I'd go above that because Half Stack shouldn't have won. Odyssey Jones should have won. Pretty Deadly versus Chase U. I feel like Pretty Deadly could have taken an owl already coming out looking like Baron Corbin with the mustard stain on the t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's just
making me rethink.
It was a little all over.
Yeah, I mean NXT is always a little all over. I think I gave it, kind of give my rating based on what my expectation was, and they kind of just, I gave a bit of an extra rub to, I gave it a little bit of an extra rub to Carmelo Hayes. I think he's become the star of the show.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I do like that. That's, I guess, the big shining moment, honestly, outside of even the Toxic Attraction, the Ding Dong Hello segment and everything, was we get Ilya Dragunov setting up with JD McDonough, and we get Carmelo Hayes still aiming towards Braun Breaker. So,
yeah, absolutely. And I think Ilya's return was unexpected. Yeah, see, I'm okay with Ilya was kind of a bit of an upswing. I'm happy to see him back. I'd like to see him go to the main roster, but
right.
I mean, again, another guy that could really, really dethrone Braun Breaker. So I'm good. I'm happy to see him back. I really am.
Absolutely.
But with all that being said, Big Cliff has wandered to the door. thanks to Comcast.
Spectrum. At least it's not CJ with
There were some
Spectrum.
select, like cable companies that were pissed off at live.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, like at this point, we should just name ours because we apparently it's once you name it, they fuck with you.
Right. Any solid quality internet providers out there that want to, hook up the team here so we can all stay together. That'd be
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. So, but we will head towards the door on this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday night, folks. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for another good time. Everyone who popped in, we appreciate you. Tomorrow, Dynamite, do not miss it. Thursday, Luna Havoc is back for Impact. Friday, doubleheader. Saturday, 2 shows. Sunday, the Super Bowl.
Eagles fly.
Yeah, right. We're getting into that time of year where like the promos take like 11 minutes to go through everything.
Right. got this. Then what?
And then. With all that being said, folks, thank you for being here. Come back, like, subscribe, share. Check out our social media. Check out our merch shop. All the information's below. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. That was Cliff. That's Big Nick. I'm KJ. Final thoughts.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, they better put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Good night.